Yeah, hi peeps, it's Tersse back on the Squatbox again, and I'm on the topic of transcendental meditation again, right? And I've just watched 2 minute 48, 46, 2 minutes 50 fucking video of the maharishi fucking, what's his fucking name? The maharishi fucking, I can't, yeah. The maharishi something, right, so some ancient guy who has taught all these other maharishis to go around the world and make money teaching people how to meditate, right? And transcendental meditation, mechanics of the technique by maharishi blah 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 blah, you know what I mean, whatever. And I think it's bullshit. As I say, I was meditating before I even heard about transcendental meditation. Obviously, I when I started to read about transcendental meditation, I tried the ideas that they gave me. I didn't find that they worked for me personally any better than the way that I had already been daydreaming. I find daydreaming better than transcendental meditation. So what I would say is, if you've got a kid who's a daydreamer, let him daydream. Fucking hell, he's going to suffer less stress. You know what I mean? Kids who don't daydream, kids who don't drift off into their own little worlds, they're the kids who are having pressures, you know, maybe being bullied, maybe not getting on too well with schoolwork, you know. And you know, you can talk to them, help them with their schoolwork, and help them to adjust, and help them to find that time in their lives where they can just stare out a window and dream. Because that's what meditation is. It's allowing the brain to wander. You don't need a word, a specific word that you can concentrate on and manipulate and get. You know what? You don't fucking need that shit. Just sit down at a window, no matter what the weather is, no matter what time of year it is, sit at a window and just look out. See the wind blowing through trees if you've got it, or see the rain patterns in the street as it bounces, you know. Watch the pools of rings that the water makes in puddles, you know. Just stare at it and just don't think anything. Try as hard not to think about what's happening outside. Don't think about the raindrop hitting the pond and making the rain. Just look and just absorb and just let your mind absorb what you're seeing. Don't try to think about what's happening. Just look at it. Just look and just wait till your mind is only concentrated on what's going on outside. And you're no longer thinking about, you know, your bank account or having to be somewhere to see someone, or, you know, all you're thinking about is what you're seeing. And what you're seeing actually controls what you're thinking about, rather than you thinking what you're seeing. You've got to get that reverse look back, where what's happening in front of your eyes is actually doing something to your head, rather than your head thinking about what you're seeing, you know. It's trying to shut down the process of overthinking things, you know. Because this is what's wrong with us at the present time. And it's probably been like that since before man recorded time. All men have worried and, you know, been stressed out about everything about them, you know, getting food to the family, you know, protecting them from animals. I mean, back in the caveman days, it must have been fucking horrific, you know what I mean? Well, apparently, according to the Christians, you know what I mean, all those dinosaurs roaming the land eating people, you know what I mean? Although the Christians say they were vegetarians, I fucking doubt it with the teeth they had, you know? So it must have been terrible back in those days before the flood, you know, with all those dinosaurs running about eating people, you know? Yeah, they must have lived terrible, stressful lives, you know what I mean? But I'm sure even then they sat at the front of their cave and, you know, small fire in front of them and just looked into the embers and watched the flames flicker and crackle, you know. See, that's another beauty which we've lost from our homes. Very few of us actually have live fires in our houses, you know. And yet it's one of the most amazing things to watch and drift off to. Do you want to transcendental meditate? Light a fire, put a bundle of wood together and just burn it, and you'll just watch the flames and don't think about anything. Just watch the flickering yellow, black, red and blue and green flames as things burn in the fire, man. Just drift off, let your mind just go watching. And it makes all kinds of fucking dances of fucking, you know, nymphs through woods and all that shit. It's all there, you know what I mean? Just let your mind drift. Just free up from the constraints of always having to think a thing is a thing and a shape. Just let it go, you know. You don't need a mantra, you don't need a word, you don't need sound. You could stop your ears up, man, you know what I mean? And as I said before, you can even blind yourself, you know, with a scarf or a hood over your head, you know what I mean? Cover your eyes, you know, just let your brain drift, you know what I mean? We are visual animals though, and it's often much easier to drift off if you have something visual happening, a repetitive visual thing that seems to be chaotic, like a fire or raindrops or the wind blowing through trees or you know, across a grass field, are very, very conducive to drifting into that place where your mind is not thinking, not overthinking, and not trying to constrain or make things what they are, you know. It's just observing. It's simply observing the world and just absorbing what's there, you know, and that really is a much easier way to do it rather than trying to keep thinking a word over and over in your mind, you know what I mean? What the fuck? You're trying to stop your mind from thinking. That's what meditation is. You're trying to stop from thinking. You're trying to separate yourself from reality and become the consciousness inside. And the way to do that is not to constrain yourself, not to have connections to the physical world, you know, through speech or, you know, social or community or cultural, you know, dictates and connections and boxes, you know. You're trying to get away from all that and just let your mind wander and just lose itself in the nothingness that is the universe as we don't understand it, you know, because we don't understand all the physics of how everything works, and you don't want to be constrained with trying to think how that. You just want to close down all those thoughts, all those understandings, all those questions, and just see what's there, and let that at the back of you. There's a different level of your consciousness that processes things that you're trying to stop from impinging into the consciousness, and just let yourself be, you know. So all that transcendental meditation mechanics and technique is bullshit. The Maharaja doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. He certainly left his country to come to fucking, you know, the West to make lots of money talking about transcendental meditation. I don't think he was a Maharaja mystic fucking, you know, genius. He wasn't a TM Jesus. He was a fucking faker who came here and knew that he could make lots of money and live a fucking fantastically, you know, wealthy life, telling stupid Westerners, you know, how to, you know, give him money for shit that they should be able to do themselves anyway, you know what I mean? Shit. I mean, I don't know what 5-year-old kids are like today, but when I was 5, didn't have a care in the world, didn't have a worry. I didn't need or have a mobile phone, and you know, I did well at my schoolwork because when the teacher asked me to, you know, do homework, I went home and I did my homework. But a lot of the time I was just staring out windows and drifting and imagining all kinds of weird and wonderful bullshit, you know, crazy fucking shit. I still do. I had a thought the other day about, you know, what would happen if, you know, intersolar sort of intergalactic sort of alien peoples came and they took over, you know, Australia. They dropped these pods that wiped out electricity across Australia. They wiped out, not just, you know, shut down electric stations, but they stopped the ability for the electrons to cause sparks, right? So that people couldn't even shoot a gun. Because, you know, the firing pin goes in, it's got to cause heat and energy and a spark, you know, to wipe that again. Well, maybe not, man. This is, you know, maybe a gun doesn't work that way, but it causes heat, you know. But anyway, stop the electrons from discharging into the gunpowder. So you couldn't fire guns, you couldn't fire tank fucking thing, you couldn't launch rockets, got all the electricity was with it. They took over fucking Australia and they farmed Australia for people to take back as slaves to their planet. But they told the rest of the world, you know, we're not here for your whole world, we just want this continent and these people are ours, and if you don't attack us, we'll leave the rest of you alone. That's as far as my thought got, you know, a crazy idea, you know. But it does pose the idea, if something like that happened, what would the rest of the world do? What would America and Britain do, and Russia and China? Would we attack the aliens thinking that, oh, well, maybe they won't be happy with just Australia, though they say they are. But they are so far superior in technology that, you know, there's nothing we could do to fight against them. What would we do? Would we just turn around and say, yeah, okay, fuck it, let them have Australia, as long as they leave the rest of us alone, we're okay. They can just take, you know, their 10,000 people a month, you know what I mean, and, you know, whatever, you know, they just leave the rest of them to, you know, breed and populate, and then they just take them as slaves to go off to their planet, and, you know, would humanity, you know, just accept that? I fucking think they would. Because we are callous fucking fuckers, you know what I mean? If it doesn't affect us, then, fuck it. What do we care? It's only Australia. Well, that's what America would think. Well, we don't fucking care about Australia, you know what I mean? Don't do any trade with them, we're not getting any oil, fuck them, you know. China might have more to say about it because they get a lot of coal from fucking, you know, Australia, but you know what I mean? But yeah, see, I still have these crazy ideas that I just drift off and come up with, and, you know, yeah, a lot of that, you know, daydreaming. Just daydreaming, man, just drift off, forget everything and just look at what's out there. And as for this transcendental meditation, he says it's a source of all knowledge and all that, but if you, what fucking knowledge you get for transcendental? You don't get knowledge. You might get sort of views into what you could do, but then you have to go and physically do that to gain knowledge, you know, read up about something, you know, find out what you've got to do a certain thing, you know, where do I get this information? And you think about, oh yeah, like public library or on the net or, you know, Google it, you know, yeah, you know, this sort of thing, you know. But you're not gaining, it's not new knowledge. Fucking, if you just asked a friend, he could probably told you what to do, you know what I mean? But you can't come up with these ideas yourself when you meditate, you know, if you're not the sort of person who has lots of friends to go and ask. But you're not coming up with new knowledge nobody knows and couldn't get any other from anywhere else apart from transcendental meditation. That's not happening. You're only thinking up stuff that already exists, because that's the way the human mind works. Sometimes you just don't know how to access it when you're stressed out. You can't remember, and that de-stress yourself, drift off, let your mind work, and bang, it pops up these wee answers from underneath from the subconscious to the conscious, and you go, wow, I should have fucking known to do that, but now I've come up with the fucking, you know, yeah, now I know what to do. And that's what transcendental meditation is good at. It helps you to remember things you already know, but you just can't access at the moment, you know what I mean? So anyway, I'll put the link to the transcendental meditation mechanics of the technique, and I think it's bullshit. You don't need a mantra. You don't need a word to repeat over and over and over again to get yourself into a fit state to meditate. But you do need to be able to just take a time out and stop thinking about your worries and your problems. Stop. And I do find that the best things for that is watching a fire, watching rain, or watching wind blow through grass or through trees, and, you know, patterns, these unusual chaotic patterns that don't make any sense but actually end up making patterns you recognise if you just shut your mind off. That's more conducive to TM than a word. I find mantras actually block the ability to fucking get into a mental state where I can calm down and forget and think nothing, you know. But that's just me. Maybe I'm just different, but I'm sure if I'm that different, there's a lot of other people out there that are as different as me as well, and they probably get a better view of a better understanding of meditation by doing what I'm talking about than having a mantra specifically given to you by someone who you've paid fucking $1,000 to train you. Fuck that. I'll tell you how to do it for fuck all. Light a fire, watch the rain falling, watch the wind blow fucking through trees, or just stare at the fucking clouds. Lie back and just stare up, so all you've got is the sky above you, and just watch the clouds and just wait. And, you know, stop thinking, just watch and wait, and it will happen, you know what I mean? Anyway, Slangy Van motherfuckers, I hope that's helped you out and saved you $1,000 fucking dollars to go and fucking, you know, get some maharishi, fucking maharaja fucking guy to, you know, give you a mantra after fucking, you know, $1,000. Fuck that. Get it for free, man. Cheers.